There's a legend that says that the artist Vincent Van Gogh, who painted over 900 paintings in his lifetime, only ever sold one while he was alive. It was hard for him to accept that as a starving artist, not a lot of people were recognizing his work. And so at the age of 37, sadly, he took his own life. You see, Vincent Van Gogh could have never understood the impact that he had. We see him as a great artist. We see him as a success. As a matter of fact, he's even inspired the art behind me by artist Rob Crombie. And so for each and every one of us, we have our own gifts and our own talents. God isn't using us to be mediocre. He's calling us to be great. And he's always revealing that to us in some way. And so this week in our readings and in our Gospels, what we see is, number one, we see Abraham. And Abraham is journeying, and he's in the desert. And the Lord is about to make a covenant with him. So he comes to him and he says, I am going to make you a great nation. I will bless you. And he says, I will make your name great. And I will make sure that that is blessed as well. Now, why does he tell Abraham this, and why is he so strong in letting him know how great he's going to be? Because Abraham would wander. Abraham would go through trial. He would go through suffering, and he would endure long periods of dryness before the Lord's glory would really be shown before him. And there's a little bit of that in the story of the Transfiguration that we hear about in our gospel. You see, a few apostles are chosen to go up on this mountain with Jesus, because Jesus would be transformed. He would be transfigured before them. He would become a bright white light like the sun. And they were so moved that when Elijah and Moses were standing there next to him, that they wanted to set up tents. They wanted to stay there forever and be with the Lord in this state. But then a cloud comes over them, and we're told that they are fearful. They fall to their knees. And then God speaks to them, echoing the same words that he did at Jesus' baptism when he says, this is my beloved. And then he goes on to say, do what he tells you. Jesus sees them in their fearful state. And he says, rise, do not be afraid. See, there would be a time when the disciples who walked with the Lord would not be able to see him any longer. He needed to prepare them for the time that he would no longer be there. And they still had to believe in their heart, even though they couldn't see with their eyes. And I would say the same is true for you and I, that the Lord is revealing aspects of our life and aspects of the greatness that we are destined for little by little, but never more than what we can handle. What will you do with your gifts and your talents this week to show the world how blessed you are?